Okay, I got out my wooden ships and Iron Men game today because I was trying to entice somebody else to play, but they didn't want to. So I had to play it myself. So the younger guys weren't so interested. So here's the rules. Here's some of the ships, these old games, and some of the counters, the board, the big board with just different things. I'm going to play a scenario where I'm going to make this land and have some ships come in from the south, I guess, to try to intercept a merchant ship and a escort trying to get in here with some short batteries on this side. That's my plan. So I'll play that game, but just to let you know, we have the basic rules. Here's some, I have photocopies of some of this for some reason, but it's already under this game. So, and then I had a second set of this second one of the games. But here you can see the front of the game, the poor game box. It's all beat up. So if you had one of these games, you know which one it looks like. It plays really well. You'll show the little scenario. It goes pretty fast. If you have a lot of ships, it'll bog down, and that happens with some of these scenarios. If I remember right, you have scenarios that you can play like Trafalgar or something like that. I don't know if that one's in here, but it's a piece of it. Let's see here. But I did one with design your own ships, which you just pick a couple ships and make a little some kind of scenario yourself. But this one right here, yes, the Battle of Trafalgar, you can fight. And so there it is right there. So you have all these ships of the line. It must take hours to do this, to move all these ships. With the simultaneous, when you're doing it by yourself, I can't do this, but I can try to pretend. But you're supposed to simultaneously write down your moves and execute them together. So you don't really know what the other ships are going to do. You can guess, but so that's part of the fun of it, is that you secretly write down your moves and then see what they do. And so you're trying. It plays really well. So I'll give it a shot here with this a scenario that I'm going to do just for fun. Okay, this is a game, a scenario of wooden ships and iron men. Wooden ships and iron men, an ancient war game for ancient times. So I've made my own scenario. We have here two pirates. Not from the right time frame, but we're going to make them pirates. These are frigates, with a French frigate, 32 guns. We have here, these are not ships. These are shore batteries with 10 guns each that shoot out this way. And then these are a merchant ship and a escort frigate trying to get into this port right here. If they get under the influence of the guns, then they should be able to get into the port here and be safe. We'll see if the pirates can catch them ahead of time. So there's the scenario. Pirates are trying to take the ships, the escorted merchant ship, and keep it from reaching the port here and getting inside the harbor. So my sympathy with this game is with the frigate and the merchant trying to make their way to the harbor. This is after the first move. There's nothing to go but just move forward, and everybody's under full sail with the attitude of the wind to give them the maximum. There's the attitude of the wind coming from point number 1 towards their towards this side. That gives them the maximum speed. So they're creeping together, but the merchant, the pirates have a full sail speed of 5, and these guys have a full scale of 4, so they may not be able to make it in. So after turn 3, these guys can actually move 6 under full sail, so they're coming up quite fast. And these guys can only do 4 with the merchant being the slowest one. So it does look like they'll be overrun. The pirates should probably go out full sail, but if they're wise enough before they get too close. Okay, after the third turn, the pirates are coming up really sharp on these guys. Coming up close. They're actually in range, but the frigate defense is its name, and peace is the merchantman's, And these are Pirate 1 and 2. I don't know what their real names are because I'm not in favor of the pirates. I'm in favor of my poor defenseless, my poor merchants. So anyway, they're in range, but with only 2 guns, you won't be able to, even with a crack crew, there's no sense in firing. Hold on to that initial broadside. So they are going to be overtaken by the pirates. So going to have to decide what to do about full sail. If they're going to take it on or keep it off. Okay, so the pirates got close. These guys are under full rigging, and so they didn't take any hits to take their rigging down, which is good for them. They took a couple hits. There was a hull hit on peace, but none on defense because it wasn't. They fired on this one. If you would hit the rigging, they would have knocked them down pretty low, but they didn't hit rigging, so they survived. But so we'll see what happens next turn. I'm working on the 5th turn. It's the 5th turn. We see our 5, our log here. And so on the 5th turn, there was a collision between the pirate and the merchant as they're trying to scramble to get under the guns of the port. And in that collision, they were fouled, and of course, the pirate sent all their crew members over as offensive boarding parties and captured the ship, destroyed their crew and captured the ship. So the merchant ship has been captured by pirates. So all the crew of the pirate is on the other ship. They can't do anything till they transfer back over. But that could be the end of the game. Maybe I'll play longer to see if our frigate can seize the ship back, but it doesn't look good. Okay, all right. So the pirates have boarded and seized this ship. They have 1 crew on there and 1 crew on there. One of the crew numbers were, when this one fired, it knocked off some crew, so they only have 1 crew square manning the merchant and 2 crew squares there. This guy's, they're coming around trying to fight the battle. He's still battling the pirates, so we'll see what happens. But he fired from 3 hexes and knocked a crew square off. Okay, after the 6th turn, the pirate decided to come around this way, but these ships drifted, and there was a collision, and he's fouled. So all the pirates are fouled, and unfouling is going to phase. Will have to be next turn. This pirate crew was able to fire at our defense, the frigate defense, and put a gun hit on it. And it was on with a bow rake, so it gave him the advantage. Okay, so after turn 7, the pirate ships are unfouled from the merchant ship. This one's he's in the range of the shore batteries, but they still are ineffective at that range. So these guys are trying to turn around, and the frigate here is doing his best to stop these pirates from running off with the captured merchant ship. Okay, so after the 8th turn, got a little bit of shadow here, but look. So the pirate ship here was able to fire broadside, knock another gun out on the defense. So they're getting low on guns. Another hull hit because they were turning and they got raked. They thought about firing the pirates might have thought about firing this gun, captured merchant's guns, but it goes 2 tables over. You can't fire that kind of get anything effective with from there. These guys are in the range of the shore batteries, but it's an effective range out that way, so they're still okay. Okay, this is the 9th turn, and so we see that the pirate ships are turning. Now we had a wind shift change, so now the wind is at their tail, and it's a heavy breeze, so they're not getting as much power. Everybody going that direction is not getting much power. But the ships are probably thinking about running away with the merchant ship. They have him still in captivity. And this guy's got battered. He's down to 1 gun on each broadside. Okay, it's the 10th turn. They're all running with the wind under full sail. The frigate's not determined not to let them go. It's going to be broadside to broadside with this pirate. And the merchant and the other are going full sail under a heavy breeze heading north. At the 14th turn, our brave little frigate is pointing this direction, not turning. He just held fast, but these pirates have gotten turned around. with the wind, they can go a little bit farther. This peace one is still pointing the wrong way. The merchant's pointing the wrong way, but they're trying to keep from fouling each other, so they're trying to make a turn to get turned around. Okay, after the 15th turn, our frigate finds itself in the position to try to grapple the original merchant manned by pirates, and he fails. These guys are pointed into the wind with the wind at their tail. He's got the good wind, so he might be able to move a little faster. Let's see what happens. Well, it looks like my brave little frigate made a wrong turn. Everybody's behind him now, and they can't shoot through outer. They don't have effective gun range at that. They got to be closer. So the game's almost over. One more turn. Okay, end of the game. So my pirates are still running into the wind. My brave little cruiser is down south, out of range. Probably won't be able to catch them now, turning left. And so they leave with possession of the merchant ship, and we lost the game.